Howdy folks, James at Wrexham, wrexham.com.au. Wrexham is what we do, and we are going full beast mode in this Ballistics Brief. So thanks for joining me. This Ballistics Brief series is just a quick couple of minute video about some of the things that we are doing, some of the technology we're working on, changes, new developments, things like that. And we're also working on some reloading videos and content and series based on our projectiles, and we've got a lot to talk about today, which is quite exciting. So stay tuned, stay with us. Welcome to this Ballistics Brief. All right, so a couple of key points in this video. We're going to be talking about the 73 grain performance in game, plus ranges out to 500 meters, which is really exciting. We're going to be talking about the 99/97 grain 6mm projectile and a quick change to that lineup into production mode. The 135 grain terminal performance testing has come back, and it is just sensational. So can't wait to show you that. There's some photos in here as well, guys, which might be a little bit confronting to some. However, the animals were fully dressed and used for food supply, so that's amazing. And we might have a little chat about sort of some future stuff. We'll see. There's some thermal video in here as well. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing we want to get into is the 73 grain F-bomb. Terminal performance and ballistic performance, it ranges out to 500 meters. So we got some thermal video here, which is just phenomenal. Its accuracy is out of sight. It performs better than the 69 and 75 grain in all metrics. So if you're used to shooting a 69 and going, yeah, but I've always shot a 69, 73 will outclass it. And it's fast, man. We're reaching speeds of 2870 to 2900, no problems at all in the 223. So let's get on to the story. So the first thing I want to get into is terminal performance, and you're going to see some text messages that have been coming in from a shooter that's running a 22 GT, and he has engaged a doe at 132 meters, had a dead right there result, which is great. That's what we want. You don't need a blood trail if it's dead right there. You know, it's where you left it, clearly. So the bullet is impacted in the shoulder, sort of facing inwards a bit. It's then punched through the rib. It's gone completely through the chest cavity, complete and utter destruction, and stopped in the hide on the left-hand shoulder. So that is a complete energy transfer. It's broken bone. It's got through some heavy cartilage and muscle and stuff, and has done the trick on the inside, which to me is the perfect hunting bullet. I don't think you want small holes on the other side in a small cartridge like the 22 cals. You want maximum internal destruction. You want it to hold together enough to get in, then you want it to basically let go of all of its energy in an instant. So here's some photos of this deer. It's I'm just looking as we're going to go through the video. So initially it looked like a pretty innocuous little entry wound, and then on further inspection beneath the shoulder, after punching through the rib, there's just jellified organs, heart, lungs, etc. No wonder it was DRT. And then you've got the bullet, and the projectile was located on the opposite side of the hide, just under on the other side of the rib there. So perfect performance, absolutely stellar, perfect performance. So that bullet can really do some damage in the hunting up to medium game. Great, perfect, it's what we want. It's super accurate, and its BC is right up there for target use too. 77's a little bit higher, but is what it is. All right, so let me tell you the story about us going to the range. So backstory here, Gary and I went to the range to sight in his thermal. He's got some work on, and he's got a brand new Knockpix. Sorry, let me just turn that on silent. He's got a brand new Knockpix S60 something, top of the line, doesn't get any better, 1024 sensor. Went out there and he zeroed it in 3 or 4 shots, and then he's like, let's just shoot out to 500. Let's see what this scope can do. So he inputted the ballistic G7 number at 0.188, put his sights on the target at 500 meters, which is a square plate, you know, maybe this big, and engaged it. and he smashed it every single time. I even had the second shot in the video. That was me. He shot the first one, and as you can see, that bullet literally hits where that crosshair is pointing. So fantastic ballistic coefficient, accurate as all snot, if that's a term that can be used, like just throwing it out there. But the reality is the 73 just performs on every level, at even factory 2.250 loadings, and it clearly has the terminal performance we're all looking for. So it's got, I don't know, I'm just super proud of it. It's just great. So let's watch the video. Mind the expletive, I think there's one in there, but enjoy.
Yeah.
There it is, hit. Dead center.
It hit.
Dead center.
So that's right.
Yeah, 0.188. Yeah, that nailed it. That's a dead dead at 500 meters.
Everyone will know.
Yeah. Just dead center, hey?
Yeah, I can dead center, man.
There it is. Unreal. That's 73 grain Wrexham F-bomb, 500 meters.
And there you have it, guys. The proof is in the projectile. It just performs. And I think that I would be pretty confident with technology that's in that scope and the technology of our 73 grain projectile engaging targets out to 500 meters comfortably. Like, it just works. It's a great little combo, but I don't have a rangefinder on my thermal, but I know my dope pretty well. I just sight an inch eye at 100 with the 223. It's now going to an Ackley, so that might change a little bit, but I'm confident in hitting targets out to 250 with my current setup and that 223. So, but I'm upgrading. I'm not upgrading. I'm just going to be shooting the 6 GT for a while with the thermal on it, just to mess around. So, anyway, super proud of it. Fantastic bullet. Get into them. You're welcome. There's something real special about that 73. All right, number 2, the 97 to /99 grain 6mm projectile. So a little bit of a backstory. You'll see they've gone back to 97. Now, don't freak out if you bought the 99s. We've just improved it a little bit. So we had some manufacturing problems after the original 97. That's what it was designed as. And then when we went to 99 and we started push the button for go on mass production, we had some problems. So we had to work out how to overcome those problems. We've become quite good at working that stuff out. But what it meant is after we'd solved this problem, which we hadn't encountered yet in that mass production sort of space, we worked out that we could bring it back to 97 and bring that point right down into this beautiful little target point, which is what we originally had when we were hunting with it and knocking pigs off their haunches all day long. So if you use those bullets, work up your load, you don't have to change anything. It's the same geometry, same powder load. It's only 2 grains. Don't fret it, but you will get a sleeker bullet for the 97 grains. The BC might improve just a little bit, but your aerodynamic consistency through the air is going to improve because it's just a little less flat. It's a pointier bullet, and it's just gorgeous. So we're going back to 97. Don't freak out. These things happen. We are a slave to the physics, and it didn't take us 10 million rounds to work out tips were melting. we saw this problem straight away and went, we need to fix that. So we're really reactive that way, and I think that should inspire confidence in all of you. So anyway, 97 it is. It's what we're getting. We've confirmed all that with any other manufacturers that are supplying us with stuff. We're happy. 97, gorgeous bullet. All right, and the 135 grain 6.5 millimeter joint strike. Now, this thing is a hell of a bullet. I don't think I've ever shot under 0.1 of an inch. I don't remember it anyway. But the group I shot the other day was 0.098, 099, something like that. I'm calling it under 0.1. 41.8 grains of 09 and 6.5 Creedmoor factory Hauer. it's in a MDT XRS chassis, but like who cares? It's a factory Hauer and Sig brass. So I'm going to do some load development stuff because I'm competing with that out to 1,000 shortly. Sporter Hunter. So terminal performance. Let's have a look at some photos again. If you're a bit squeamish, hold your breath. But basically, what you're seeing here is a fist-size exit wound on a deer shot at, I think it was 100 meters or so, and the bullet has entered the left shoulder or right shoulder, completely passed through, dumped all of its energy on the way through, and just left this epic gaping hole on the other side of the deer. And it was dressed down and completely used for food as well, so don't panic. You know, we're responsible hunters and shooters. The person doing this for us at the moment is a very seasoned hunter and bushman, and he is just fantastic at what he does. And we're very grateful to have men like that supporting us and getting us that data. It's been the same result for all the pigs, fox, you know, deer, etc. that he's been shooting. The 135 is literally a premier joint target / hunting bullet. Many years ago when we had the first 130s, we had expansion problems because the jacket was probably a bit tougher than it should be. These new jackets allow us to really make a true joint purpose 6.5 135 grain bullet with the same ballistic coefficient as an A-tip. Massive. So we must be doing something right. Like, this has taken a couple of years to really get our heads around, and we think that we're really onto something in terms of aerodynamics and balance and geometry and everything. So everything's happening really fast now, guys, too. So, like, everything's been bought, all the tooling's been bought, it's not changing. This is what we're making. The 73 replaced them because it was just like the 69 and 75, because it was just like, why? This outclasses both. It's crazy to run them both. Let's just run the 73. It's a better option. So the 135 was the same. That was the best bullet with the slightest tip, with the best aerodynamics. It might be an odd number, but it works. So, all right. Last thing before we get going, we are doing a little bit of a practice video with some reloading stuff. I don't know how that's going to go. Little just things that we do as we're working up loads with our bullets and stuff. So that should be fun. And then the other video series that we're sort of looking at doing is actually the load development for the 223 Ackley and the 73 grain F-bomb, and we'll try a few different powders and stuff. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks very much for watching this Ballistic Brief. In the meantime, make sure that you hunt responsibly and lead by example. Jimbo out.